Saturday morning, a 4.1 magnitude earthquake was felt in at least 6 states, including here in Tennessee. It came from an earthquake hotspot, the East Tennessee seismic zone. News 2 meteorologist Alex Libby spoke with an expert to learn more. Alex.
Yeah, Bob, Saturday's earthquake was the biggest in East Tennessee in more than 30 years. And according to earthquake expert Brian Blake, earthquakes occur in East Tennessee every day. He says the one that occurred over the weekend was strong enough to feel, but not strong enough to cause any widespread damage. Blake says the East Tennessee seismic zone is capable of producing earthquakes that could cause billions of dollars in damage. He says Middle Tennessee is actually one of the safest places in the volunteer state for earthquakes.
Historically, the earthquakes happen on the bookends of the state, right? So you're there in the middle part. Don't expect to see very large earthquakes there, but that doesn't mean you might not feel shaking from one that's happening in a west or the eastern part of the state. And you could even see, potentially some minor damage and things like that.
Yeah, Blake mentioned that there's 2 different seismic zones, one in East Tennessee. That's where the 4.1 magnitude occurred at 8:04 in the morning on Saturday. But he also mentioned the New Madrid seismic zone, which several earthquakes have occurred. Now, they're all on the small side and likely weren't felt, but there are those 2 seismic zones with high chances for potentially destructive earthquakes. Now, he said it's not known when the next one will be, but it's important to have, a plan in place. And he said the easiest plan that you can have is just have the stuff that you need for 2 weeks without electricity or water. So you can store extra water and extra food, and that's really all you can do to prepare for an earthquake.